World champion boxer Gary Russell Jr. sits down with me for a one-on-one interview at his gym and holds no punches. So do you think you can beat Tank?
Fuck it.
Tank would dog you.
If Tank think he would dog me, he would have did it by now. Get your money with Paul in this exhibition. Get your money, but after that, Shaw, you gotta show up.
You're married. How long you been married for?
I'm one of them type of people don't know none of my business.
But the ring is symbolic.
I ain't married no more. I divorced my wife like 3 years ago.
So this is breaking news.
This is definitely breaking news.
Wow.
Lamont is moving around this joint with an inflated head because he fought to a draw. I will beat his ass. And then it's gonna make people think, if he did that to Lamont, then what the fuck would he do to Tank?
Were you hating when he was being selected by Tank to fight?
If you're picking and choosing who you're fighting, that is a sign of weakness.
No one ever brought your name up as a contender.
Because they scared. I see bitch in them. So Lamont, you should have kept your mouth closed. I wanna see you.
All right, so here we go with Mr. Gary Russell Jr. Now, let me just get this straight. Are you from DC or Capitol Heights?
I'm from the city.
From the city.
I'm originally from the city. I was in Northwest DC. Went to Dunbar.
Oh, you went to Dunbar? Okay.
Yeah, I went to Dunbar for a second before I got kicked out.
Before you got kicked out. So, hold up. Were you always like off the hook?
I mean, I came up in that era.
Yeah.
I came in that era where though you had to be aggressive, you had to be rough. And yeah, I was always just like a wild youngin', you know. I went to Walker Jones.
Walker Jones, yep.
Went to Terrell. Yeah, and then we migrated to Capitol Heights.
And then you migrated to Capitol Heights. So I know that you are a Gemini. You were June 5th, 1988. So you have something in common with my son and my late mother. My son's birthday is June 7th. My mother's birthday is June 6th.
Damn.
And your birthday is June 5th. So I don't know if my mother, sometimes my son can be a little moody. Are you moody? Do you live up to what they say about Gemini? Sometimes you're moody, you want to be alone, you want to be by yourself.
I think everybody has two sides to them anyway. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has a happy side and everybody has their upset side. I don't know. Maybe.
What will people who know you very well say? Well, they say he lives up to being a Gemini.
I know people that would say they call me bipolar. So I don't know. Maybe
he lives up to it, people.
From their personal perspective.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And everybody has one. That's why the show is called
Everybody
Perspective.
has one.
Everybody
there you
has
go.
One. So look, you have 4 other brothers. Obviously, you make the 5th. Well, so what I was sort of confused because I know there's like a Gary, you're Allen Russell?
Mm-hmm.
Then we have
Gary
Antonio,
It's
Antoine.
2 Gary Allens.
2 Gary Allens. That's what I thought. One is
go.
Gary Allen III.
Right.
Got it.
There you go.
And then you also, a brother passed away, right, in 2020.
Right. Gary Derrick.
Derrick?
Yep, Derrick. Yep.
Okay. So that was, okay. Tell me about your relationship with your brothers today.
Shit. I mean, to be honest with you, my little brothers, my children, my nieces, my nephews, and my extended family, there's a few other people outside of that. Mm-hmm. That's all I really care about. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can do whatever y'all want. You know what I'm saying? Y'all better off playing with the electricity than fucking with them.
Than fucking with them.
Fucking with them. That's what I
say. Don't ignite it.
Them the ones I care about.
That's right. It. So, and I read in my research that so there are 4 of the brothers that are boxers or were boxers. You're obviously one.
Right.
And we have Antoine and Antonio.
Correct. And the one that hold the mix, Allen as well, the 3rd.
And Allen the 3rd holds the mix. All right. And is it true that all 4 of you all won the Golden Globe?
Yeah.
But you wanted
the Golden Gloves. We made
the
history.
Golden Glove.
Yeah.
In 2014.
We made history. There's never been a set of 4 brothers to win the Golden Gloves.
Yeah, the Golden Glove. Yeah.
And that's a qualifying tournament, you know, for people that don't know. You know, to be able to qualify for the Olympics and et cetera, that's a qualifying tournament.
That is a qualifying tournament. Okay.
Hell yeah. So all the dogs that's supposed to be the best of the best supposed to be in there.
Yeah.
You know.
And I thought it was interesting that your dad was a boxer too until he had a knee injury Because he was shot during...
He had a hunting incident.
Yeah, a hunting incident. That's what I read.
Wow's time. I was right there.
Describe what happened.
Man, my father, man, I ain't gonna lie, man. I miss my man, Joe.
Yeah.
He was a teacher.
Yeah.
You know, he was a teacher. He was a friend. He was a father. He was a gangster. We, how old was I? I had him maybe 10, 9, 10.
Yeah.
I remember my uncle on my mother's side. He had passed, I want to say a few months prior. And he put the rifle in the car. The person that was with us, he didn't unload the shotguns. And he put it in the car. We put the other rifle in the car on top of it. And when my father went to shut the door, it's a piece of charging handle of one of the rifles. It slid directly in the hole of where the trigger is to the shotgun. And when my father went to shut the door, it made the gun go off. The 12-gauge shotgun went directly through the door, hit him right in his knee. And it was crazy because I was standing right there and there was somebody else that was standing with us. And my father immediately, it knocked him down. My father was a big boy. He 6'2". He 6'2", 250. Big boy, you know. Knocked him on his ass. He jumped up real quick. And he's trying to see, man, y'all hit? He's trying to see if somebody hit. And then he falls. We realize that he's hit. It's November, December, so it's hunting season. It's cold outside. We got these jackets on. And it got fur flying everywhere.
Wow.
Fur everywhere. And my father, he's looking at me, the guy that was with us, he's panicking.
Yeah.
We're at a family property, so we're in the country when you call the street roads.
Absolutely.
So we were at our family property and our family member lived across the road.
Yeah.
And the person who was with us, my father told him to ring the bell. They used to ring the bell to get people's attention. My father told me, take your shoestring off. I ain't know why, I'm just listening. I take my shoestring off. He go get my knife. He grabs his knife and he takes his hunting pants, takes the knife, cut it all the way down. Open it up and all you can see is just like blood. It was just like lava.
Yeah.
It was coming out like lava. You could see
oozing out.
It was oozing out. You could see pieces of bone and bone fragments and shit.
How old was your dad at that time?
He had to have been maybe 40.
Yeah.
He's probably a little younger.
He's probably
late 30s.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Late 30s, somewhere around there. And then he cut it open and he told me, say, go grab me a stick. He said, I'm grab a stick. I grabbed any stick. I ain't know what the hell to do. He's like, nah, that's too big. That's too small. Get a bigger stick. So I got a bigger stick. He grabbed it. He took my shoestring. He wrapped to
make it a tourniquet.
He made his own tourniquet.
Yeah.
So he wrapping it and now he got it in there and now he's twisting it. He got it real tight. He laid back on the car. He like, man, Lil G. That's what he called me. He called me Lil G. He laid back on the car. He like, hey, Lil G, man, go grab my cigarettes. He's still holding the tourniquet. So we already called. We ringing the bell. We got contact with our neighbors. Our family members. They called an ambulance. The only problem is the county in which that we lived in. The nearest hospital is like an hour away.
An hour
Crazy.
Away.
Damn near an hour away, about 40. That's how it seemed. That's how long it seemed.
But he was able to stop the blood immediately.
He stopped it almost immediately. And he told me to go get his cigarettes and shit. And I light a cigarette. He's sitting there holding the joint. He's smoking the cigarette, holding the tourniquet. He like, damn. And now he see that I was a little concerned.
Yeah.
But my father had a wicked sense of humor as well. So he's fucking with me.
Yeah.
Now, I told you my uncle just passed about a couple months ago. He's holding the tourniquet, he's smoking a cigarette, and now he's just fucking with me. He said, hey, Lord G. I said, what's up, Pops? I'm like, you good? You need anything? He like, man, he smoking a cigarette. He said, man, I think I see your Uncle Daryl. That's who passed. I think I see your Uncle Daryl. I said, where? I said, go ahead, Dad, don't do that. He like, nah, I'm just fucking.
Were you nervous or you
I didn't listen. I was scared as shit.
You was scared.
I was scared as shit. He was fucking with me. I was like 10 years old. You know what I'm saying? He like, man, I think I see your Uncle Daryl. Yeah. I'm like, for real? No, Daddy. He like, nah, I'm fucking with you. He bust out laughing. You know what I'm saying? He just holding the joint.
And so your dad passed away in 2022?
Yeah.
He passed away in 2022, and he was a man of character.
Oh yeah.
I read a lot about him. How would you describe him overall, and what was that experience like when you first learned that he passed? Were you there? Were you around? Did you get a phone call?
Nah, I was there. I don't know how I can describe him. Like I said, he was a teacher. Mm. He was a teacher, you know what I'm saying? He had a big heart. Mm-hmm. He had a funny sense of humor. Mm-hmm. He was a gangster. Mm-hmm. My man wasn't going for nothing. Ain't nobody gonna push over him or anything like that. Mm-hmm. You know, but he was a teacher. He was a teacher, you know. He raised men. He raised men, he made women. You know, he made men.
Can you describe what your other brother's relationship was like with your dad as well? Because when you have like more than one child, I think a parent loves them differently. Yeah, and each person has his own personality.
You're absolutely correct. You know, we all have our own different personalities and etc. You know, but the relationship in which that was built was very much so the same. You know, very much so the same. You know what I'm saying? My father, and that man was my favorite superhero. You know what I'm saying? That was my dog. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And in my research, I heard you say your father left a legacy of honor and integrity, so you and your brothers help each other out.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That was one of the things he was always big on. You know, coming up in the household, you got ragged boys. There's a whole bunch of testosterone.
Yep.
Motherfuckers aggressive all the time. You know what I'm saying? You know, it was this thing of concept of order, honor, integrity, respect.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
That shit right there was the core of everything, you know, within our household.
And he kept, I read that, I think the whole boxing became of interest to you all because your dad felt this would be a way to keep you guys out of trouble or something.
Yeah, keep us out of trouble, keep us out of the streets and etc. Keep you active. We was already naturally aggressive. Yeah. You know, so it was a perfect fit, you know what I'm saying? We naturally aggressive, you know, but we in the gym every day instead of being outside in the streets. Then after a while, once I got to a point where I started making money, you know, even when I was a little teenager, you know, you win certain tournaments, they giving you money for this shit. I'm like, oh. Yeah. Oh, all right, cool. You know, so, and then once I started winning the Junior Olympics, then I realized like, nah, I can really do something with this.
Let me ask you, how do you deal with grief? Your dad was young when he passed. He was what, 63?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. How did you deal with that? There's so many people. I know for me, I lost my mother about 7 years ago. My dad passed 10 months after my mother. I'm still dealing with the grief. And it's Regina, I think it was Regina King, if I'm quoting her correctly, that said, grief is love that has nowhere to go. I thought that was powerful because every day it's a different emotion.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. It's something that in life, that's something that's inevitable. You know what I'm saying? We all gonna have to deal with this shit at one day, at some point, you know. I think the thing that keeps me at ease, me and my father, we used to talk a lot. We used to watch movies together all the time. And I remember the movie Black Panther. Okay. When he went to go revisit his ancestors and he was crying and shit to his father. And in the movie, they said a parent who has failed their children for life without them is a parent who has not prepared their children for life without them is a parent who's failed their children. My man ain't fellas no way, shape, or form. Yeah. You know, so I think that's one of the biggest things that makes it a little easier, you know, but it never goes away. I never honestly had an opportunity to really grieve. You know what I'm saying? My younger brother passed first. Right after that, my father passed.
There was 2 years difference.
It was like within the same, it was probably not too far off from each other.
Okay.
You know, my younger brother and then my father. Everything fell in my lap. You know, I was always the oldest brother. I always helped my father. Simultaneously within my career, help navigate my younger brothers. You know, but now that Pop's no longer here, he was our coach. He trained us. A lot of these fighters, we call these dudes Frankenstein fighters, because they got this coach, that coach, this coach. That was never the thing with us. Pops, all this shit was homegrown.
But you know, everybody's not blessed to have a father to be participatory, let alone to be your coach.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. You know, and even the people within the sport that do have these father-son, you know, duos, it never really lasts. You know, it never really lasts. They're always clashing. There's always something.
Yeah.
You know, and don't get me wrong, you know, things is never perfect.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? We go through stuff as well within our household, but the difference is the foundation was built off of honor, respect, integrity.
You go back to that.
Hell fucking yeah.
Yeah. See, I always think, and I love my mother and father differently, but I love them both. But one of the things I've always said is, just with the loss of my mother, it felt more devastating to me. And I just realized that because I'm the oldest, maybe God ushered this in my path to be prepared for what's to come.
There you go.
And I had to step up and stand on business and take care of things. But it's still challenging for me.
It's definitely challenging. It's definitely challenging. Like I say, everything fell in my lap.
Do you feel like your dad came to the planet and properly loved you all and was exemplary of what a man and a father should look like? Because I often say that I was properly loved by my mother.
Say that again?
I always feel that I was properly loved by my mother.
Well, you ain't got to finish asking the question. My man, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, that was my dog.
Yeah, it's something I like your dad said back in 2016. I read that he said, there aren't a lot of good things happening for African-American kids on the streets in the inner city. My kids are good kids. Then he finishes by saying, they're mischievous and whatnot, but they avoid the kind of negative atmosphere. And I think it's because of what boxing gave them.
I agree.
Yeah, I thought that was critical in what your dad said. Sound like a man of character. Let me ask you this. You're married. How long you been married for? Hold up. Don't get in trouble, Gary.
Listen, first of all, I'm a grown-ass man. I don't get in trouble.
Okay.
It's funny that you say this because I'm one of them type of people don't know none of my business. You know what I'm saying? Some people grind to be seen and other people grind to disappear.
But the ring is symbolic.
I know, you're absolutely correct.
Yeah.
You're absolutely correct. This is the first time nobody knew this shit.
Really?
Nobody knew this shit. But
do you want us to keep it in or take it out?
Fuck nah. We here now. I ain't married no more. I divorced my wife like 3 years ago.
So this is breaking news. You divorced 3 years ago?
Yeah, I divorced my wife like 3 years ago.
Wow.
Around the same time frame that my father passed.
Yep.
The passing of my father and etc. So me reemerging, competing, training my younger brothers, back on my motherfucker, swiveling on my grind.
Yep.
I got custody of all my children.
Cause you have 4 girls.
I had one. I have 6 in total.
Okay.
I had 1 before I got married, and I had 5 by my ex-wife.
Okay.
Girls? I have 4 girls, 2 boys.
4 girls, 2 boys. Okay.
Yeah, 4 girls, 2 boys. I divorced my ex-wife. I got custody of my children. And just recently, within the last maybe 4 or 5 months, I got custody of my younger brother's 3.
Kudos to you. I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
How do you manage and still have discipline? Because you wear many hats. How is this feasible for you?
I don't know. I just make this shit look easy. I don't know the creator. I ain't know the creator. You know, I guess.
Do you have a support system?
I definitely have a support system.
Okay.
You know, I have a support system. You know, but it's 8 children in my house, down there all the time.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And it's
the Brady bunch or the Russell bunch.
And it's just me.
Yeah.
So this is definitely breaking news. Ain't nobody know none of that. So me bouncing back is deeper than me just coming back to the sport of boxing.
Wow.
So me bouncing back is me really stepping out like, oh yeah, nah, we here. I'm standing on all 10. It's just me and my babies.
Let me ask you this, because this is, those who know me, I often have these conversations about the institution of marriage.
Pause for a second. Let me get back to the ring, because I don't want to go off.
Yeah, let's not skip over. Let's not skip over you being divorced.
So here's the thing. Out of the divorce, I took my ring off. I ain't want to wear it no more. I move around every once in a while, and every once in a while, females approach me. And my thing was, I just hold my hand up like, I'm sorry, baby. And I went to do that and say, oh, I'm sorry, baby. And she looked at my hand and was like, what you showing me your hand for?
Exactly.
I ain't had no fucking ring on.
Oh.
So I went to do that and I didn't have a ring on. And she was like, well, clearly you ain't happily married. I just shook my head. I said, you know what, you right, but I don't got the energy right now.
Right.
After the divorce, I went and brought me a ring for me just to.
But don't you realize that the ring is a hook and reel, so to speak? Like when women see the ring, they should have some respect for it, but a lot of times they don't.
To be honest with you, I ain't had that problem with or without the ring.
Right.
To be honest with you.
Right. So is that working for you?
It helps.
It helps.
It helps. Yeah.
And then when you see, hold on, what's going on now?
Funny as shit. Y'all just put me on blast.
Listen, everybody has a perspective, right? And I'm trying to get your perspective because
that's my perspective.
Because what I've also noticed is for a lot of brothers who've been married,
FYI, I was married for 11 years.
11 years.
Yeah, I was married.
So is it okay to ask you what was the crux of the divorce? Like what was that centerpiece where you said enough is enough, or she said enough is enough and I'm out?
Well, I divorced her. I divorced my ex-wife. I mean, just indifferent.
Finance, infidelity.
No, it's just indifferent.
Okay.
Just indifferent. Yeah. She's a great person. She's a great mother. She's a great co-parent. I'm glad that we can co-parent the way that we do. It's great, but
would you do it again?
I would not.
Why? Let's keep it real. Listen, this is perspective. Talk to me, Gary.
It doesn't make sense. It getting married to me is a contract on paper that benefits no one other than, women.
Right, so it does benefit someone, but the male walks away, and that's part of the reason why I don't necessarily believe in the institution. And I get a lot of slack from personal friends who say, you're just a hater of marriage.
I'm not going to say I'm a hater of marriage. What I am going to say I dislike is, in my particular situation, I no longer wanted to be married. I no longer wanted to be married. But instead of just saying, okay, we don't have to do this anymore, we had to go and get permission from someone else. Yeah. And then we have to wait for maybe a year or so. And that shit is too much for me. Yeah. I don't like the fact that when you make a commitment with an individual person, that's a commitment between the two of you. Yep. That doesn't include everybody else.
But I believe in, and I don't know if you have this same perspective, I believe in togetherness. I believe in, if it's necessary, that there's a documentation that we draw up and submit to the court. I just don't know if I believe.
I disagree with that.
You do? Tell me why.
Because that's giving someone else the ability to be in or a part of something that just you and this other individual created. Why the fuck they got anything to do with it?
Yeah, but not necessarily, because let me push back a little. Just think of it this way. You meet a young lady, you've been dating for 4 or 5 years and things are going really well. She wants marriage, you don't want marriage, but you may be in agreement of togetherness. And so you decide on, through your own documentation, whether you write it, type it, and it says, if this shall end, this is the amount that I would give you. Or if we have a business together, we go 50-50. You're not trying to drain me. I'm not trying to drain you. Whatever I walked in with and you walked in with, that's what it is.
That's agreeable. That's like something like that. I understand.
And that's what I call togetherness, is that you and that young lady create the contract.
That's something that I can agree upon.
Yeah. So that's
but as far as actually contractually putting this shit on the paper and you got to send it to the states, and Yeah, I don't like being tied to people unless it's my babies.
So, unless it's your baby. Describe your ideal woman. Now that everybody knows that you are,
I don't know if
that you're single, because you're not married, so everybody knows that you're single. Are you actively dating?
Am I actively dating? No, I'm not.
No.
I'm not actively dating.
Are you committed to someone?
Am I committed? Yeah, I'm committed to 8 children.
Are you committed to a woman that has a interest in you outside a platonic relationship? Are you committed to a woman romantically?
Yeah, I have friends that I deal with romantically.
Okay.
Exclusively.
So it's not dating, but it's companionship.
Yeah, I prefer a sense of companionship.
Yeah,
more
it's
than anything.
I get that.
Right.
Yeah, it's companionship.
Right.
All right, so let's switch gears here. In watching your tape.
Oh, y'all are messy.
What?
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying. And watching, now everybody's going to think that I'm messy and perspective is messy.
Nah,
I'm a journalist, right? I got to get in there. Hold on. Is there anything else you want to say to close out dating, marriage before I move on into the world of boxing?
Nope. I don't want to talk about it no more.
You sure? All right. Sure. So, you're known for having the fastest hands in boxing. And I read that you have like technical feet skills, like you're very strategic. And then on top of that, you have the long championship run despite fighting only once a year.
The longest reigning champion in the sport of boxing. They can say that despite fighting only once a year shit all they want is because the other champions within the weight division in which that I was competing ain't want no fucking smoke with me.
They didn't want to smoke.
They ain't want no
So that's
smoke.
The real reason why.
That's the real reason.
Okay.
That's the real reason. They pick and choose. They don't want no smoke.
Because your weight class is what, like 131, 132?
Well, as of now, I'm competing in the 135 division.
You're competing at the 135 division.
Right.
Okay, and your style is southpaw, which I know is the right leg forward and the right hand.
Correct.
Are you left-handed?
I'm right-handed.
You're right-handed because
my father started me. So it's more orthodox fighters, which mean more conventional fighters.
Yes.
That stand this way.
That's correct.
Because it's more people that's naturally right-handed. You're supposed to lead with your right hand behind.
Correct.
You. My father started me off that way. I just felt more comfortable this way.
Because I think I learned, because I'm still learning a lot about the world of boxing, particularly when it comes to, who all the technical elite fighters are. But I thought somebody who's southpaw, particularly could be left-handed, just because I think you're trying to leverage power from the right.
Right. There you go.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I learned.
There you go.
Wow. So that is very strategic. Would you go from the lightweight of 130, 135 to a super weight of 140 to 147 if the ideal boxer came along? Would you do it?
Yes.
You would?
Yeah.
And who is the ideal person for you in that weight class? Would it be like a Terrence Crawford?
I think he got some business he got to handle in a minute. I'm looking forward to seeing that fight.
And what business?
He's fighting Canelo. That's gonna be a good one.
Oh, that's gonna be a good fight.
That's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, that's gonna.
I'm looking forward to seeing that one.
Yeah. So you turned professional after the 2008 Olympics that I read, and you won the bronze medal at the 2005 World Amateur Championship, completed for the United States Olympic boxing team. But you missed the 2008 Beijing Olympics, and I read that it was because you collapsed due to dehydration.
Hell no, it wasn't dehydration.
What was it?
That's what they said to save face for China, because China was housing the Olympic Games.
Yep.
Around that time, they had this stuff called smog.
What is that?
I don't know, fog and something else, I guess. But when you stepped outside, you couldn't see from here to across the street. You couldn't see the buildings from.
Oh, okay.
Because the air and stuff was so polluted, and I guess they just didn't want any negative talk about China because I guess they were housing the Olympic Games. But we was in China for about a month and a half before the games even started. It was a lot of people that was participating in all of the outdoor events, track and field, archery, and etc.
Yeah.
Not just the participants, but the camera crew that covered the track and field and the outdoor events. They started getting sick and just like passing out and shit.
Wow.
Like out of nowhere. On our way to the actual roster weigh-in, it wasn't even a weigh-in, it was just a regular roster weigh-in. I just started feeling lightheaded. And next thing I know, I looked up, I see people looking around me, they like, man, you're not gonna be able to fight because the team had already left. I'm like, what the fuck?
So they just said dehydration.
So they just labeled it or whatever, but that's what it really was.
That's what it was.
It was the same thing that was happening to the people that was participating in the outdoor events because of the smog and stuff like that.
So let's go through your boxing career. In 2009, you became pro. That's when you debuted, correct?
Correct.
In 2009, but in 2014, you lost against Lomachenko, and that was your first career loss. But experts say you showed that you could compete with like elite boxers is what
that's that's in my personal opinion, that's my only career loss.
Yeah, we'll talk about the other one. But with the Lomachenko, what?
And I don't know what they mean by could.
Yeah, because I think when I read when you guys fought and he won, he was really only still a prospect. I think he was that was like his second fight or something.
Yeah, he was I think he was one of the gold medalists. It was a lot that went on in that particular fight, preparing for that fight.
With you?
Yeah, with me. That was my first opportunity after the Olympics.
Yep.
I didn't want to fight no more.
Yeah.
I was about to quit this shit. I was about to quit. You know,
wow.
I had so much support from people that I just genuinely didn't know that witnessed the journey, you know, and followed my story along the way just for me to get to the Olympics and not be able to compete for something that wasn't even out of my hands.
Yeah.
I felt like all the support and everything was in vain. It wasn't until Al Heyman and my pops, they put the play together for me to turn professional. I was like, you know what? The only way I can make it up to anybody is by becoming a world champion now. The fight with Vasily Lomachenko, we had an 8-week training camp. We brought in a strength and conditioning coach, and on the entire 8 weeks, we made weight on that scale, monitoring our weight and etc. When we got out there and checked our scale, I was a pound over, a pound and a half over on our scale. That's not much when you gotta, you know what I'm saying, to cut weight.
Because there's like a dehydration clause.
But when we got back, when we got on the official scale, our scale was off. I was 5.5 pounds overweight. I had to lose that shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
This was my first opportunity to make it up to everybody to become a world champion.
To become a world champion.
You know, we cut the weight in the sauna 45 minutes. Of course, we did it irresponsibly, you know.
Yep.
In the sauna 40 minutes, out for et cetera, et cetera. We fought, it was a split decision fight.
Yeah.
It was a knockdown in that fight. If they would have called it, probably would have been a draw. But
it would have been a draw.
Nevertheless, he won the fight.
And now that he retired from the sport,
I'm pissed.
Would you be open to a rematch?
Fuck yeah, he don't even gotta rematch me. We can do some Rocky and Apollo Creed shit. We can do it in the gym. It's just personal, just for me.
Why? Why is it personal? Why?
Huh? Why?
Nobody likes a loss, I get it, but why is it personal? Because isn't sportsmanship about, you know, I lost or whatever term people want to use, and I keep it moving and going to the next fighter?
It's deeper than that with me.
So tell me why.
Because he fought a watered down version of me. He didn't fight the me at my physical best. He fought me dehydrated, depleted of all the fluids and all that shit that was within my body. And it was still a split decision fight.
But that's not his fault, right?
No.
Oh, I see. You're just saying that you wish you were at a stronger posture for him to fight you. You weren't at your best.
Yeah, I wasn't at my physical best.
Your physical
just from
best.
Losing all the weight and et cetera, et cetera. You know, I wasn't at my physical best. So that's something, I'm my worst critic.
Yeah, no, I get it too.
I'm one of my worst critics.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm hard on myself.
Look, I know I'll look back at this show, this interview, and I'll say, why the hell did I say Golden Globe rather than Golden Glove. But that's what happens. Cool. But I just keep going with it. 2015, you became the new WBC featherweight world champion. And you're going to have to help me with the guy's first name, but I know it was Gonzalez.
Johnny Gonzalez.
It is Johnny Gonzalez.
Yeah, Johnny
and that
Gonzalez.
ended in a 4th round TKO. You knocked him out.
Correct.
You were at your best at that time, you think, in 2015?
Better than I was when I fought Lomachenko.
Lomachenko.
I ain't had to cut weight. We made sure that the scale and stuff that we weighed in on was where it needed to be. You know.
Okay.
It's crazy. Have you ever been to a sauna before? I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
You know how you feel when you get out the swimming pool.
Yeah.
How your body just feel heavy.
Yeah.
You just feel.
Absolutely.
Imagine fighting feeling like that.
You're exhausted. You're jaded. You just don't have the energy.
And for it to still be a split decision fight, still be a knockdown in the fight, and et cetera, et cetera. You know, so I just wish that I was at my best.
At your best.
That's all.
2017, you won against Oscar Escandon. Right, in a 7th round knockout. And I read that you showed your dominance with your sharp speed and your finishing power. Talk about that fight.
He was actually on drugs.
He was on drugs?
Fuck yeah. Steroids.
You can't fight when
Steroids.
You knew this after or before?
We found this out after the fight.
Yep.
So of course you do blood tests, urine tests, and et cetera. But we do a urine test after the fight. My urine is right here, his urine is right there. His urine looked like Coca-Cola. Damn. Coca-Cola. And he was sitting there like
he didn't have cancer. It was
he was sitting there like he wasn't concerned at all.
Wow.
Let something like that come out of my piss, I'm going to the doctor. We not sitting here.
Absolutely.
We not sitting here. We got to go.
Absolutely.
We got to go. Absolutely. I look at him. I'm like, he gonna laugh and say Colombian coffee? Yeah, okay. But it came up in the specimens that he had steroids in the system.
He had steroids in the system.
Which goes to show, just because someone is taking steroids, it does not help with your skill set. It doesn't make you a better skilled fighter or anything like that. It just helps you be able to just.
So it has nothing to do with performance enhancement?
I mean, it does to a certain extent.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't help with your actual skill. If you're a bum-ass fighter and you take steroids, you still gonna be a bum-ass fighter on steroids.
That's right, because everybody's not as dexterous or sharp with their hands.
There you go.
Yeah.
You know, it would probably help. It would help with the ability to be able to go rounds. You'll last the rounds. You might not get tired. You might not get tired. You won't get fatigued at all. You still probably feel like it's the first round.
Correct.
But your skill set is still what it is.
Correct. Yeah. All right, so let's go to 2018. You won against Joseph Jojo Diaz Jr. Yeah, and you won. That was by a unanimous decision.
Yeah, he was a real fighter.
What's a real fighter? What do you deem to be a real fighter versus whatever else is out there?
You have people that participate in the sport, just, you know what I'm saying, just participate. Okay. They'll pick and choose who they want to fight, you know.
But all boxers do that.
Fuck no.
That's not the science of...
All boxers don't. All boxers don't pick and choose who they fight. Okay. That's not true.
Because I thought the science of getting to...
If we're picking it, I don't mean to cut you off.
No, you good, go ahead.
But if we're picking and choosing who we fighting, how do we really find out who's the best?
Well, that's why some people say, and I think I read there's some folks over in Dubai with a lot of money that feel like we need to regulate the sport. So people are not picking and choosing.
There you go.
You have to fight this person.
And the people that's picking and choosing, I don't consider real fighters.
And I think it's Dubai and Turkey. They both, yeah.
I'm glad you say that, but the people that's picking and choosing, I don't consider a real fighter. I consider them a fighter. You know, you got to give them, once again, before we had this conversation.
Sure.
I told you, anybody that participates in the sport of boxing, whether they're good, bad, or you still got to take your hat off to them. You got to give them credit, because this is not a sport that people just sign up to participate in.
Yeah, I agree.
You feel me? You know, but it's people within the sport. If you're picking and choosing who you're fighting, to me, I look at that as a sign of weakness. That's a sign of weakness to me. You're not as confident.
But wouldn't it also be demonstrated when you get to that one skilled fighter? If you fought everyone else who doesn't help to improve your quality as a boxer, when you get to that skilled fighter, you probably will end up losing or along the way. Because if I can cherry pick who I know I can beat. I'm looking at their tape. I know that their dexterity, their skills, their hands are not good for me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get to 15-0, 20-0 before it's time for me to fight a Gary Russell Jr.
Not necessarily true.
Okay.
Gervonta Tank Davis never fought a Gary Russell Jr. We was world champions in the same weight division and etc. I was very adamant about competing against him.
So you feel like Tank fought what type of people to build the name of who he is today?
Correct.
What type of people? Unskilled boxers?
Boxers not as skilled as him.
But that's what I mean by cherry picking.
That's cherry picking.
Yeah.
That's cherry picking.
I'm gonna fight this person. I'm gonna fight that person. I'm gonna fight this person.
I don't consider people like that real fighters. I couldn't consider.
So you don't think Tank is a real fighter?
Not if he's picking. Not if you're cherry picking. A real fighter to me, somebody that's truly skilled at combat would do this shit right here. They'll cover their eyes and I don't give a fuck who it is, him. Mm-hmm. These niggas not doing that shit.
Yeah.
I see bitch in them.
Yeah.
It's a difference.
Yeah.
I don't consider them real fighters.
Yeah.
Back in the day, me and my father, we used to look at the old karate movies.
Bruce Lee?
Not just Bruce Lee, just any karate movies. Like back in the day, I was a little kid, any karate movies. And it just amazed me how back when they would go and train and get themselves situated, and then they'd take a whole fucking pilgrimage. Like, we just about to take a journey. We're gonna go to this place, this place, this place. We're gonna go and challenge them and challenge them and challenge them. We wanna see how good our skills are. Mm-hmm. Let's see how much we've learned. Mm-hmm. These motherfuckers not doing that. They cherry picking.
Yeah, because otherwise, how do you really measure the quality of a boxer if you don't measure them against other qualitative boxers that are skilled?
And as of now in the sport, it's not that. You're getting popular boxers competing against people that's supposed to be popular. That doesn't mean that they're skilled. That doesn't mean that they in this shit. You know what I mean?
Would you sort of blame social media for that? With having access to so many people, and everybody has an opinion.
I don't want to blame social media on it. I mean, everybody does have an opinion, you know? I mean, I guess perspectives, and people's opinions and perspectives matter, but I don't want to blame it on social media. I think social media is an outlet for multiple things, you know, but
it can be persuasive. It can dictate to the mass that Gary Russell should fight Tank or Lomachenko or whoever, and maybe this isn't the right time, or maybe not that you specifically, you may not be as skilled, let's say in your much younger days, or you could look at a boxer today who may not be as skilled but want to fight you, and you may feel like you're not a champion, I'm not going to fight you, but the public, social media keeps pushing it, and it becomes persuasive.
Social media can definitely help blow things up, you know, and magnify things for you. I do agree with that.
Yeah. 2020, you won, and that was against, I guess it's King Tuck. What is it? Nyambaya? Yeah. What is it?
I just slandered it too, but I know you're talking about.
Yeah, but that's who it is. Yeah, Nyambaya. And this
King
was tell me about that fight.
He was a good fighter. He was a good fighter, good technical fighter. But ass whippings is universal. I don't care what your ethnic group is. Mm-hmm. You got that ass beat, you know, you got your ass beat. That's ultimately what happened. You know what I'm saying? Victorious.
In 2022, and this is the fight that I think you said you've only lost against one person, and that was Lomachenko. So you're not accepting the fact that you lost the title against Magsayo.
Fuck no.
Or Magsayo.
Magsayo.
Yeah.
Magsayo.
Why not? Why aren't you accepting that as a loss?
Did you watch the fight?
Not the entire fight.
Okay, well, if you watch the fight, somebody that doesn't know boxing at all would tell you, oh no, this guy clearly won the fight.
But what I did see, he's a little taller than you, just a little bit. His reach is great.
None of that shit mattered. It's intellect over athleticism.
Yeah.
Yes, I hurt my I tore the tendon that was connected to my rotator cuff.
I heard that. So was it like you were sort of fighting with one hand?
Yeah, just my left hand.
Just your left hand?
Just my left hand. I control. So boxing is Marcus of Queensberry.
Okay.
Marcus of Queensberry means to hit and not get hit. That's the
what
sport
that
of
means.
boxing. That's Marcus of Queensberry, to hit and not get hit.
The Marquess of Queensberry Rules is a code of generally accepted rules in the sport of boxing. Published in 1867, 12 rules were established to ensure fair play. All right, no hitting below the belt, fellas.
I stopped throwing this arm in like the third round or something. I only threw like 10 or 11 jabs the entire fight because I couldn't throw it.
Sure.
I outlanded him in jabs, and I
Okay.
only threw 10.
Yeah.
Within the entire fight, I controlled the revenue. I landed, I hit him whenever I wanted to hit him. He could not hit
But
me.
it looks like in the beginning, he was getting some good punches in.
You watched the first through the third round.
Yep.
Anything after that, it was nothing that he could do.
Fair enough. Okay, because that's, yeah.
There's nothing he can do. That was the moment when I said, okay, I gotta just use my arm. In that fight, 9 out of them rounds, hands down, walked through. In the sport of boxing, I thought that was a mockery to the sport. I thought it was a mockery to the sport for something like that to happen.
Because I heard an expert say he ended your 7-year streak.
Right, and that was a mockery to the sport.
Okay.
And the reason why I say that is everyone knows you have to take the title from a champion.
Yeah.
You gotta beat the champion now. There's no way in hell anybody that watched that fight said that this man took that title from me. I clearly beat him hands down.
So would that be a rematch for you?
Would that be a rematch for me, to be honest with you? It's something that I would possibly entertain just because, but he ain't nobody I'm thinking about. I know I already beat his ass with one arm. And to be honest with you, if I was to say yes, I guarantee you his team, his promotional team and et cetera, they say, oh nah, fuck nah, Gary, we don't want to fight you. Because they know what's up. They know he lost that fight. And that was with one arm. Now I got two, I would stop him.
So they want to take that win and
I would
run.
stop him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll stop him.
All right, you just had a fight back in July 19th of 2025, and that was against Hugo Castaneda.
Yeah.
Castaneda.
Mm-hmm.
It does age matter in boxing? Because I read he's 23, you're 37. Does that matter, or is it really about the skills? Or is it a combination of both?
I believe it's a combination of both. And how well you take care of your body.
And how well you take care of your body.
I mean, I still believe it's definitely a combination of both.
You punish him. I saw that video. I'm not just trying to as the youngest would say, oh, you just hopping on Gary Russell now. You punish him. I saw that.
And I take my hat off to him. They say I broke his jaw and all that. So I take my hat off to him. He came to fight. He came to fight. He did not come to lay down. He gave it his best. So
why was 2025 the perfect year for you to come back after being off for 3 years?
I mean, this is when I felt healthy enough to be able to come back. I still don't feel as though that my arm is 100%. I still don't feel as though, I don't think it'll ever be 100%, after the surgery. I had surgery. It'll never be authentic again,
But it still has power behind it.
I mean, I got it strong enough to be able to do what I want to do with it.
Yeah. Is it the case? Let's talk about this sort of, you fight once a year. And I sort of read that between 1 to 3 years really is what's standard for an elite fighter like yourself.
Yeah, and here's the thing. People used to mention that I was only competing once a year.
Because what were they suggesting, honestly?
They wanted me to fight maybe 2 times a year or something like that. But standard, the elite fighters are only really competing 1 time a year.
Because when I read it, it said that, it's a lot of times if it happens 1 or 3 times a year, it's because of the long training camp that goes into it, sometimes promotion, and then your body needs to recover.
Training camps is 8 to 6 weeks.
Standard.
That's a solid training camp.
Okay.
6 to 8 weeks is a solid training camp.
How have you grown as a boxer?
I'm more of a technician now. I've always been a technician. I was always the type of person that was intellect over athleticism.
I like that.
Yeah, and intellect over athleticism any day.
Yeah. So then how do you apply the intellect to the athleticism or boxing specifically?
That's the crazy part. When you got the athleticism and then you do apply that.
Absolutely.
Motherfuckers like y'all favorite fighters don't want to fight motherfuckers like me. That's what happened.
Because they don't want to smoke.
They cherry pick.
They cherry pick.
Yeah, then people turn to cherry pickers. That's what happens.
So how different is this version of you today from the previous versions of you? 37 years old.
I'm more chill.
You're more chill.
I'm more chill.
So were you like really aggressive and off the hook?
I'm still aggressive.
You're still aggressive.
So
this sort of meek, calm personality that I see now, is this for the interview or is this who you are?
Nah, this is me.
In your everyday life?
This is me.
But if someone crosses you or if it's time for you to turn up, you know how?
Light switch.
0 to 1,000. Do you have a therapist?
Nah, my brothers, my family.
Your family?
LaShawn.
LaShawn?
Uh-huh.
Who is LaShawn?
Man, LaShawn is a fucking jewel, okay?
Yes.
She is a diamond in the rough. She helped me and as well as my younger brothers. She helped us keep our head on straight, because if it wasn't for her, our heads would be somewhere else.
Yeah, I enjoy.
She brings some structure and some audience into my life.
And that's needed.
Hell yeah.
That's needed. I enjoy doing business with her and setting up this interview. Very professional, very communicative, and just seemed like a kind person. But you need that structure and discipline.
That's my baby. Yeah.
Yeah. That's hold on. Why are you laughing? What?
Hey, LaShawn. Hey. She's one of them people that you catch her at 3 a.m. She's still bubbly as hell. Like she didn't have her some coffee or something.
Yeah. All right, so let's get into it and let's address the elephant in the room. Lamont Roach Jr. Why do you want to fight Lamont? First, let me tell you why I think you want to fight Lamont. Remember off camera, I told you I have this theory why. So before Gervonta decided to pivot and not fight Lamont, because we know that's not going to happen, I believe the thinking was, if you can get in the ring with Lamont, beat Lamont, and now Tank wouldn't have a reason to do a rematch with Lamont, because it just, for business-wise, it wouldn't make any sense.
No.
Now you become the next contender to fight Tank, or at least be considered. I won't say the next one, but Tank could consider you to fight him because you've already beat Lamont prior to their rematch. Is that really the science of it? Let's call a thing a thing.
I mean, I understand your perspective.
Sure.
But that wasn't the reason why I wanted to fight Lamont.
Okay, what say you?
That had nothing to do with the reason why I wanted to fight Lamont. To be honest with you, Lamont and them came up after me. You know, my family kind of supported them from afar, and I'm guessing they did the same, vice versa. You know, my only issue was they tried to make it seem like it was Baltimore when Tank decided to fight Lamont. First of all, when Lamont first won the title that he barely won from Hector, wasn't nobody trying to think about fighting Lamont.
Why you say he barely won?
He barely won.
Okay.
But
by evidence of what?
By looking at the fight. I'm looking at the fight. The fight was super duper competitive.
Yeah,
it wasn't no I'm this much better than you. It was, oh shit. It was a back and forth competitive fight. He barely won.
But you were saying that the reason why you want to fight.
The reason why I wanted to fight him was when Tank decided to fight Roach, etc. They was making it seem like Tank was fighting the baddest, the nicest motherfucker here.
In DC.
In DC. And that's definitely not the case. Roach is definitely not the nicest motherfucker in DC.
But Roach is a world champion, and Roach is thorough at being a boxer. He's sharp.
World champions it's world champions out here that was at the right place at the right time. That doesn't mean that that's neither here or there. I mean, it's I'm on the inside. As a real connoisseur of this shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, to me he's a paper champion.
What is a paper champion?
A paper champion is
because he earned his stripes.
He did. But if he was to stay at that weight, I don't think he would be able to defend his title and keep his title. I think his next title defense or so, he'll probably lose it to someone or something like that. He lost to Jamal Herring.
Yeah, he did.
Someone but that's what really made me want to fight Roach. Like, don't make it seem like you fighting the dog in the city.
Yeah.
Like, I give you my, you know what I'm saying, give you kudos. I hope both of y'all can, you know what I'm saying, make some money. Hopefully it's a good fight.
Yeah.
It's etc.
But were you hating on Lamont in the beginning when you found out that he was being selected by Tank to fight?
No, I felt like it was a cherry pick fight.
Okay.
I felt like Tank picked him because he felt like it was an easier fight.
Do you also think that maybe Tank picked him because they have I won't necessarily say they're friends. I don't know that much, but
I
maybe
think that played a part a little bit too.
Okay.
I mean, but I can't 100% say that. I can't. I don't know.
So to you, did Lamont win the fight?
In my personal opinion, I felt like he, just like I said when he fought Hector, no one showed separation. No one showed that I'm this much better than you or I'm that much better.
But Tank took the knee. In the world of boxing.
That's what I'm saying. Let me address the knee.
Sure.
I'm gonna address the knee. A lot of people don't know or understand the rules and what goes on.
Okay.
And they just looking at it as, oh, he took a knee. So here's the thing. It was not a punch that landed within maybe 3, 4, 5 seconds of him taking a knee or anything. Nothing landed to make him take that knee. He did take a knee though. And when we compete, this is something they teach you even in the amateurs. If something is going on, if your glove feel like it's coming off or your shoe feel like it's about to come loose, as a fighter, what we do to sign the referee, we take a step back and you take a knee. And you're supposed to like tap your head. Mm-hmm. I don't know if Tank tapped his head or anything like that, but I didn't see anything go on within that fight or within that encounter or engage 10 seconds prior to or after to
so
make him. So
you don't
even
recall that Lamont hit Tank and he stumbled a little?
No, I do remember him stepping back and taking a knee. He said he's had something in his hair, something like that.
Some sort of hair grease that he said it was running in his eyes.
It could be some truth to that.
Well, the hairdresser came out and said she denounced it.
I can't speak on what the hairdresser said.
Well, I'm just saying allegedly.
Right.
I'm not against Tank because I like Tank as well, but that's what she said.
Well, that could be the case. Like, once again, I don't know.
Sure.
But I can say from my personal experience, because my younger brother fought on the undercard of that fight, he just got his hair done. Maybe our cornering skills was a little better than Tank's cornering skills. Okay. Because while we were in the middle of the round, cooling the fighter down, you pour water on his head and etc. Whatever chemicals and whatever's in his head, guess what? All that shit was running down my little brother's face, and it was white. It wasn't coming down his face clear. It was coming down white. We like the pit crew when you're in the corner, so we had to make sure that we got it all out of his face and etc. Maybe that could have had something to do with it, but I didn't see an actual punch land or anything like that to make him take a knee.
Yeah.
That's what that.
Now, and I can't remember, I don't want to speak for Lamont, but I think at one point, did he say or make a reference like, oh man, sit down somewhere, you chasing clout or you're seeking clout is why you want to fight him?
No, I don't know.
Yeah. But this is not about clout for you.
Fuck no.
Yeah.
This ain't about clout.
It's not about clout.
This ain't a clout thing.
Yeah. So
we men.
Yeah.
We men. Whenever we compete, and then there's people out there, Johnny, that stupid say, oh, he just trying to do it for the money. And don't get this shit misconstrued.
Well, are you trying to do it for the money?
Listen, anything that we do is for money.
Absolutely.
You know, everything at this point in my life, I made a shitload of money. to be honest with you. At this point in my life, anything that I do is legacy. I want these legacy fights.
You want legacy fights.
I want
so you
legacy
see Lamont as a legend?
I was about to stop there. I was about to stop you right there. I do not see Lamont as a legacy fight. Just FYI.
Yeah.
That he's not a legacy fighter. He was just at the right place at the right fucking time.
Yeah.
That's it with Lamont. Lamont is an overachiever.
Do you think it should have been you that Tank selected over Lamont?
I think he did what he wanted to do. I can't think for Tank. I think it could have been me fighting Tank years ago when I've been calling for him and we was in the same weight division and et cetera, et cetera. We both had titles. We could have put our titles on the line. He didn't want to fight me then, so I can't think for Tank. I don't know.
Have you and Lamont's camp been able to talk or even see if there's a consideration for a fight, or has it just been all internet talk?
They don't want to fight me.
Why? I mean, let's get to the crux of it. If you could be really transparent, why do you really think he doesn't want to fight you? I know you say he doesn't want to smoke, but I'm looking at you right now, I feel like there's something more you want to share.
I will beat his ass. I will expose a lot of things.
Such as?
Your people's favorite fighters really isn't as good as they really think they are. Lamont is moving around this joint with a inflated head because he fought to a draw. You didn't even win. You acting like you won, my boy. You didn't even win. And then if you come and fight me and I beat your ass like I really would, and like really, I would embarrass Lamont. Like it wouldn't be like no back and forth or they just.
Well, he won as not won. It was a draw because.
Let me finish. I would embarrass Lamont. It wouldn't be no a little bit or it's back and forth. Nah, I'm this much better than him. I will cook him, and then it's gonna make people think, oh shit, if he did that to Lamont, then what the fuck would he do to Tank? I would expose a lot of shit. I expose a lot of shit.
So do you think you can beat Tank?
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. That's a fight we've been trying to get.
And what has his camp said?
He said no, he ain't want to fight me.
Well, won't you look into your camera and give a message to Tank? What do you want to say to him? I'm sure Tank or somebody in his camp will see this, and I think this may be another perfect opportunity to say something directly to him.
Get your money with Paul. Get your money in this exhibition that you about to get. You know what I'm saying? I don't nobody want to cut in front of that. Get your money, but after that, Shaw, you gotta show up. You gotta show up, do it for the sport.
What do you think about the exhibition fight with Paul and allegedly $200 million on the table through the Netflix deal?
I think it's great. It's a double-edged sword.
Okay.
I think it's great for both of the participants. Tank as well as Paul. I think it's great for both of them. They doing whatever's necessary to generate revenue for themselves, their babies, and etc. On the flip side of it, I think it's a little funny. You got Logan Paul or whatever, like kind of cutting in front of fighters that's been doing this shit for a long time.
Yep.
And I would want them to, I'm not gonna say I want them to fight a real fighter, but I hope, in my personal opinion, I hope that Tank go out here and really give it his fucking all with old boy.
With Jake Paul, you think he can? Like I tend to.
He's not. I don't consider Jake Paul a fucking boxer. I don't consider him a boxer. I mean, right. I think he's.
That's why it's an exhibition.
I think he's stepping his game up. He's getting there.
Okay.
I don't want to completely say, nah, you're not a fighter.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I see that he's putting in the work in the sport, but like, I want to see you really fight some motherfucking body. You know what I'm saying? Fight somebody that's really going to bring this shit to you. Not just really fight somebody.
So what do you think of Mike Tyson and Mayweather's exhibitions coming up? Because they're not doing it for the money.
They doing it for the money.
Mayweather's doing it for the money?
Yeah, they doing it for the money. All this shit for the money. Yeah. That's why what Roach is doing doesn't make sense. Because all this shit's for the money, ultimately. You know, but Roach will make more money fighting me than he will fighting anybody else other than Tank.
You think the ticket sales are there?
Who?
For you and Roach?
Fuck yeah.
And where would you have the fight at? Would it be in this
We'd
area?
be right at home.
At home.
It's nobody in the sport of boxing that Lamont Roach can fight other than Gervonta Tank Davis and make the money that me and him would make if we fight at home.
Here's some notable fighters that I looked up that seem to be a match for you. Leo Santa Cruz. He's somebody. You speaking to the choir. That's another person that didn't want no parts of me. He was a world champion that did not want to fight me right along with Gervonta. So you already proposed something to him?
Already. These people, you speak to the choir.
Yeah.
I'm the boogie.
What about Devin Haney? I know he's a super lightweight.
He got to deal with Norman. Okay. He got to deal with Brian Norman, man. But he was the first person I was trying to fight right after COVID.
What about Oscar Valdez?
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Oscar Valdez, he'll get his ass beat though.
Yeah, and he's 34, you 37. That may be a good fight. What about, we already said Lamont Roach. What about Ray Vargas?
He ain't want to fight me. He dug me already too.
So why is everybody ducking the smoke?
I just told you.
I mean, Gary Russell Jr. is that good.
You seen my last fight?
Yeah,
I really do that shit to everybody. Ain't no exemption. It doesn't matter what style they bring in. A lot of the shit that you see people do on the mitts and shit, they hitting the mitts.
Yep.
They not simulating the actual fight and combat. They standing in one place doing that shit. The shit you see me doing the mitts, I really hit people with this shit. Yeah. I really do this shit to people.
Yeah. Now, I just found this out earlier today that Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson are in talks to fight. I just heard that, and as far as I know, that Teofimo Lopez said, we're going to fight. What are your thoughts?
Is it for a title? Is it just are they fighting like a catch weight or something? Like, I don't know. It depends. Because Teofimo Lopez, he has the title at 140.
Correct. And wouldn't Shakur want that?
Yeah, so are they fighting for the title, or are they mean that a catch weight?
I mean, this is a come up for Shakur Stevenson.
I think it'll be a good fight.
Yeah.
I think it'll be a good fight, and if it happens, and Shakur happens to win, then my little brother on this line, because my little brother won all the straps.
Antoine, yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Shakur, somebody I actually like. Motherfuckers don't come to this gym. People get fucked up when they come here.
Yeah.
Shakur came down. Only real fighters come here to really test to see where they at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Shakur came down and got some work with me as well as my little brother.
He did? Okay.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Would you fight Shakur?
Yeah, I fight Shakur. Listen, I already told anybody Shakur's at, I don't know if he's still at 135 now. He's talking about going to 140.
Yep.
But after my last fight, I welcome all challengers. Anybody in the 135 division. If you feel like you got what it takes to fuck with me, bring that shit.
Would you fight with Lamont? Would a fight with Lamont be more personal since you share the same community, or is it strictly business?
Both.
Why?
It's personal because he was doing a lot of talking on the internet, so now I just want to get physical with him. Mm-hmm. But it's a business behind it, and after I break my foot off in his ass, it's not too personal to the point where though after I bust his ass, and I won't be like, all right, now sorry, now I cooked your ass, now I am cool with you now.
Would you knock him out if you fought, or would it be a draw?
A draw? Do you know what a draw is?
Tell me.
No, I'm asking you.
Yes. So
you know what a draw is?
So my understanding is
a draw means that it was even.
Right. So just like we saw with Tank and Lamont.
That's a draw.
Right.
That's even shit.
So that's why I'm asking that question that way.
Nah, only reason why I asked that because it made me feel like you wasn't listening to what I said.
No,
earlier.
I heard. No. Listen, I heard what you said, Gary. But at the same time, as a journalist, I have to also try to be as neutral as possible.
No,
It's your opportunity to say, I'm gonna knock him out, I'm gonna crush him.
To be honest with you.
And I don't wanna favor you or him because both of y'all are skilled fighters. You're a sharp dude. Listen, everybody knows the Russell family. You are a staple in this boxing game. We know that for sure. And I've seen your work. But I just want to push back a little and say, if it comes to the point that you don't knock him out and it becomes a draw, I know you feel it wouldn't, but let's hypothetically say it's the opposite of what you believe. Would you be taken back or be surprised?
Of course I'd be surprised.
Okay.
But I'm willing to bet anything in my last penny, Lamont can't fuck with me. It wouldn't be that. It would not be that. To be honest with you, I can see his father or something probably throwing in the towel, stopping in the fight. I would cook
Wow,
Lamont.
you think so?
I'd cook Lamont. Him and Tank, people have a inflated image of things. Him and Tank, they fought.
Yeah.
They fought to a draw.
Yeah.
Do you know that both of them combined only threw, they didn't even throw over 300 punches. They only threw like 200 and something punches. Who the fuck does that?
Well, I saw the fight too. I don't think that was Tank's best fight. I mean, just strategically, technically, even his focus. I don't know if he was dealing with some personal things and it sort of entered the ring, but I think most people would say they expected a different Tank as a fighter.
Yeah, no, I agree too.
Yeah.
And I think people has an inflated impression on Roach based upon the fact that Tank didn't show up the way that they expected Tank to show up.
So you don't think Roach is at your level. So do you feel like he's still trying to prove himself to the boxing world? Yeah.
And I think he's gonna, if this next fight that he's about to get or that I think is in the makes happens,
Yeah.
he's gonna lose. He gonna be sitting on his ass.
What about this guy Moulton? I think I saw that Floyd did some sort of Instagram post about that.
They was talking about Moulton. They was talking about somebody else. They talking about 3 different people. I don't know what they doing. They talking about everybody, but the one that's saying that they beat his ass. That don't sound like a fighter to me.
And that's you.
That's me. If a fighter in the sport is telling me they gonna beat my ass, I'm one of the ones that's gonna answer the call.
Yeah.
It's demanding me just won't allow me not to.
So how big of a fight, or what are your thoughts about between you and Lamont fighting here locally? How big would that be for the city?
It would be ridiculous for the city. Everybody would be here.
Do you think PBC will support this and sponsor it, being here in DC?
PBC already offered it to Lamont. No.
For you and Lamont to fight?
Yeah, Lamont turned it down.
Wow.
Lamont turned it down. Now that's breaking news too. He definitely turned it down.
So PBC proposed for you and Lamont to fight in DC, and Lamont Roach Jr. turned that down.
Yes, he did.
Do you know why?
Because he's ducking.
But did he give a reason why?
I don't know. I don't know what his reason is, but I can tell you this. It can't be finances because he'll make more money fighting me than anybody else that he could possibly fight.
What do you think the purse could be for you and Lamont?
I personally don't
give or take range.
I personally don't want to put that out there, but I can tell you this. If he fights me at home, not a motherfucking Shakur Stevenson, they talking about him fighting Pitbull.
Yeah.
He's going to lose to Pitbull.
You think he's going to lose?
He's going to lose to Pitbull. Even with him fighting Pitbull, he won't make the money that he'll make fighting me at home. Anybody else in that 135 division, if they make the fight, he will not make the amount of money that he will make fighting me at home. The only person that he can fight to make that much money or more is Tank. And Tank's not fighting him.
Why do you think Tank pivoted from fighting Lamont? Do you think Tank is ducking the smoke?
I don't look at it as him ducking the smoke.
Okay.
He got options. If I got options, I don't necessarily got to deal with this option. I got an option to go over here and do a exhibition and way more money.
But
than
they
fighting.
sold a lot of tickets. If I recall, the
Doesn't
Barclays
matter.
Center said it was probably one of the highest ticket sales at that center.
It ain't gonna sell more than Tank and motherfucking.
Of course,
exactly.
Of course, that's a Netflix deal.
Right. So I don't look at it as a thing of Tank ducking anything. I think it is as an opportunity. You know, I got an opportunity to make more money over here than go over here. Shit, I fuck around and go over here. I get more money and more exposure by competing with him, and I make more money. That's a no-brainer.
So if you were to fight up, who would be your ideal fighter or contender?
If I was to fight up?
Yeah, because
I don't really be watching these guys no more for real.
So then would that be a reason why some people would say if you're not as astute and invested, why would they waste their time fighting you?
For the legacy within itself, everybody within the sport, you want to see who's on their resume. Who's on that resume? There's a motherfucking name that you would want to put on there. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of new guys that's in the sport. I'm not sure. It was someone that I did want to compete in the sport, but he was Inoue.
Inoue. Yeah, that's the Japanese fighter.
Yeah, he was someone.
Sharp.
Yeah, he was someone outside of Tank.
Yep.
Tank is who I really want to fight because I want to cook him. I just want to just silence everybody, let everybody know.
So you don't think Tank would dog you?
If Tank think he would dog me, he would have did it by now because he would have made a shitload of money fighting me, and I'm a great name to have on his resume.
But we agreed that perhaps Tank selected Lamont just because.
No, that's now.
Now, okay.
He's been had the opportunity before to make shitload of money, and him. You say, go ahead. I'm still going to hear what you about to say.
Wait, no, go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish.
No, I wanted to hear what you was going to say.
Well, I'm just going to ask you if you were to beat Lamont, would this be the end of his rise as everyone sees him to be there, or would this be seen as a stepping stone for your comeback?
Already came back. I'm already back
From your July fight?
Yeah, I'm already back.
Okay.
The sport itself, the fighters, the coaches, is on fucking notice. Mr. Gervonta Russell Jr. is back in the sport, and this motherfucker's campaigning at 135. Y'all better get on notice. I'm back.
How long are you going to be back for?
It depends.
Yeah,
it depends. But I'm back. I think it would be the end of Roach's thing. To be honest with you, I think even his next fight would be the end of his little run. Honestly, he's supposed to be the 130-pound champion. Let me give y'all some information.
Okay.
As of now, Roach is currently the 130-pound WBA champion.
Correct.
The WBA sanctioning body gave him a grace because you're supposed to have to defend your title against your mandatory challengers.
Yeah.
You can do this thing with the champion challenging champion because he was the champion at 130 in the WBA. He was able to challenge the champion above him, which is Tank. The sanctioning body gave him a grace and says, okay, we'll let you go ahead and move up and fight Tank, and you don't have to defend your title. But if you win your title, if you win that title, now you have to choose. Okay. Are you going to keep this WBA title at 130, or are you going to keep this title at 135?
Yeah.
Now that fight happened. This 130-pound belt is still in limbo. And now that fight already happened, and now he's not going to get that rematch. So he has the obligation of still that 130-pound title.
I think, and I don't want to speak for him, but I think there may not be anyone in that 130-pound weight class that is skilled enough that Lamont would consider. Because it would be a come up for everybody.
I don't think it works that way. Okay. It don't work that way. The reason why when I wanted to fight a Leo Santa Cruz or Gervonta Tank Davis and shit like that, and they didn't want to fight me and I ain't fight them, I had to fight the mandatory challenger. The mandatory challenger is the next best guy other than the champion, the number one contender. The number one contender is the next best guy. The champion is the champion.
Correct.
But whoever that number one contender is, that's sitting down at 130 right now in the WBA.
But it's not required, right?
It's required.
It is mandatory.
It's a mandatory challenge.
Yep.
It's a mandatory.
Yep.
The sanctioning body only gives him a grace period to move up, fight Tank, and if he would have won, he would have had the option to choose. That fight fight happened, and now the second fight isn't happening.
Correct.
He's in jeopardy of losing his 130-pound title. So if he moves up and fight Pitbull, because I think that's supposed to be like for the 140-pound title. Mm-hmm. If he moves up and fights Pitbull and lose, he'll lose everything. He's not going to be able to come back down and be the 130-pound champion again.
If he loses against Pitbull?
Yeah.
Wow.
He's not going to be able to come back down.
Would that be a prudent decision for him to risk and gamble?
I mean, to me, it would make sense to, if you're going to gamble that way, get the most out of your bang. You're not going to get the most out of it fighting Pitbull. You'll get the most out of it fighting me.
Interesting.
Just saying.
Interesting.
Just saying.
You want to fight him?
No, I mean, even if I don't fight him.
Well, but
even if I don't fight him, it'll still play out that way.
Yeah. But it seems like he's at a crossroad where he has to make a decision. Because what's the window they give you before you can end up forfeiting?
Well,
losing?
I'm not sure of how long their window time frame is, but it's definitely a time frame in which that you have to defend your title. They already
sort of stuck between.
they already gave him the grace period to fight Tank. You know what I'm saying? He didn't defend it. It's nobody sitting there in the 130-pound champion. Yeah. Because he's at 135 now. Now that fight didn't happen. They supposed to fight again. Now he's not going to fight him. He's going to try to fight somebody else.
So I wonder if Lamont should fight Shakur Stevenson. Or do you think that will?
Or is these dudes is picking and choosing all over the place? Is Shakur going to fight?
Who, Lomachenko?
Is Shakur going to fight Teofimo Lopez?
Or Teofimo Lopez? Yeah, that's who I may be thinking of.
Okay,
yeah, Teofimo Lopez.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, there you go.
Teofimo Lopez.
All right, you threw me off for a second.
Yeah, I saw you had that look like.
Yeah. I thought Lomachenko was retired.
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
He did.
Okay.
But Teofimo Lopez. So if Shakur fights him and he wins, this would be a great fight for Lamont. For Lamont and Shakur.
If Shakur fights
Teofimo Lopez, and he wins that,
and he wins,
the purse, the business side of it would be great for Lamont and Shakur. The business component.
Yeah, it should be pretty decent. I think it should be pretty good.
Yeah, it should be.
It should be pretty good, but it wouldn't be right away.
Yeah,
it wouldn't be right away. It'd be within the time frame of him having to deal with his obligations with the WBA.
So we have a few more months left in the month of December and the month of 2025, in the year of 2025. Are we expecting to see you fight?
Oh no, not in this year.
Okay, so this is done.
Y'all probably see me early next year.
Early next year. March, February.
Yeah, early part of next year, y'all
January.
probably see me, man.
Yeah. And who's on that ballot?
Man, I can't even give y'all this because every time I say something,
Gary, give or take, give me a little something.
I mean, it's going to definitely be in the 135-pound division. So,
has there been talk already?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we already in talks.
Okay.
We're already in talks.
Okay. And where's that fight going to be?
Well, we don't have that locked in.
Not that yet. Okay. But it does feel like something is going to happen.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna have to come to the fight. Then I need to see you in person. I've seen your video work. I know your action is. They say your hands are the best in the business. So we definitely want to see. Is there anything else that you want to put on the table? We talked about a lot, from family to marriage to relationships to boxing to who is ducking the smoke. Is there anything left unsaid?
Nah, I don't think anything was left unsaid. You know, everybody got opinions. Don't get this shit misconstrued. Ain't nobody clout chasing, nothing. You know what I'm saying? Don't get it twisted like a nigga doing it for the bag because a nigga got money. I'm doing it for legacy.
But it's okay if you're doing it for the bag.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But don't make it seem like a nigga doing it because he broke with some shit that ain't never the case. There's bragging rights within this shit too, man. I don't like people saying shit about me and I can't do nothing about it. So Lamont, you should have kept your mouth closed. I want to see you. You want to duck and pick and choose who you gonna fight. The real people in the city, they see the bitch in you, bro. They see you ducking, picking and choosing who you want to fight. It's cool.
Now, is it true that your family, Lamont's family, were at least cordial with each other, and now it feels like no beef because it's business, but if you saw him in person, would you speak?
Yeah, I'd be like, what's up?
Yeah.
You gonna see me? You trying to see me, bro? What's up? You ducking? Yeah, no, I definitely speak to him. Yeah, I speak. I mean, there's no reason not to.
Yeah. I said I wanted to see you hit, what's that? You said the water bag, right?
I ain't gonna lie. I be smacking it.
But I mean, at least show the people something because Roach is watching. Everybody is watching.
I don't give a fuck about
and
him
they're saying
watching.
like, you know, all this talking, show something.
They gonna have to catch me in the fight.
In the fight.
Yeah, they gonna have to catch me in the fight, man.
Yeah.
You know, I'm out here talking. I ain't one of these dudes that's gonna jump around.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna do that.
We just have to catch you in the fight.
Yeah, y'all gonna have to catch me, man.
Yeah. Gary Russell Jr., this was excellent, man. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for saying yes to me.
Too.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Bracelets,
Thank you. Yeah, it's yours, brother.
I'm good.
You got a lot of money.
All my shit custom.
You got a lot of money, bro. No, but again, I appreciate this because several people reached out to me and said, sit down with Gary Russell Jr. He is the guy you should be talking to. I saw several interviews where people were talking with Lamont, interviewing Lamont. And one of the things I noticed is no one ever brought your name up as a contender.
You know why?
Why?
Because they scared. They go to these reporters and they say, listen, we'll do an interview, but like, just don't ask me nothing about Gary. Don't ask me nothing about Gary. Tank used to do that shit too. Just don't ask me no questions about Gary. That shit crazy. I see, but you supposed to be a fighter. I can't respect that shit. As men, it's a gladiator sport. It's a gladiator sport. So it's certain shit within the sport. Even some of the fans, y'all favorite fighters, I'm telling you. I see kinks in their armor. I see that's, you know, just a little Kool-Aid, you know what I'm saying? I'm telling you.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be the last question, I think, because talking to you, I enjoy talking to you because you're intellectual, but I'm not gonna go as far as saying you're the Muhammad Ali of talking trash, but you definitely stand on what you say.
Yeah, I stand on everything I say.
You definitely stand on what you say. I wanted to ask you, gosh, I can't remember that question.
Oh shit, I hope it come back to you.
Yeah, no, I hope it comes back because I wanted to ask you, it was definitely about boxing for sure.
Damn, I hope it come back. I hate when that happens.
I hate when that happens.
I hope it come back.
Well, anyway, again, if it does, we'll get back on camera. But again, I want to thank you for this. This was a really good interview, great conversation. And,
hot enough for you, man?
It's cool. Listen, this is being in your element and being able to be amongst, you know, it smells like a gym, it smells like wear. Don't come here unless you're ready to sweat and get dirty. This is not a fashion show. This is business.
There you go.
Yeah, so I like that. And I like being in your element. When we interview Lamont, we were in his element. So I can appreciate that. All right. Thanks again.
Man, I appreciate you for having me, for the people that genuinely support me. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the energy. Energy is transferable. Whenever y'all see me compete, throw some punches in the air. I bring all that shit with me. And tell people where they can find you. I'm social media. I don't really be on social media like that. Okay. But I be on Instagram. You catch me at Mr. Gary Russell Jr. All right, everybody. Well, that's it. I'm here with another world champion. So look, everybody has a perspective. What's yours? Like, subscribe, comment. Tell me what you all think about what Gary Russell Jr. had to say. I know you all gonna give your perspective. So I want to hear from you. We're out.